Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. While it's not Saturday, we're still gonna do another edition of Friday Night Lights, breaking down the incredible plays from last night where almost the entire league battled each other. Oh, and it also means get on board with the new music because it's branded for this series and this series only. Let's start out in Boston, where Kemba Walker recovered quite nicely from his neck injury to absolutely fill it up with 39 points in 31 minutes. While his buckets were almost exclusively out of the pick and roll out top, he did a nice job to mix up the mid-range jumpers when the big kept dropping too low, to running his man to that screen and finding plenty of space to pull up early from behind the arc, where he went 6 for 10 from way downtown, and even treated us to a couple of gorgeous attacks all the way to the rim, changing up his rhythm enough and using his body as a shield to get that ball up over the rim and straight through the net. And of course, it was his patented mid-range step back that ended this game early for the Celtics over the Nets. Over to Philly, where Joel Embiid was coming off a scoreless night versus the Raptors, but he wasted less than 20 seconds to face up on Holmes, get to the middle, and just smosh all over that rim. And that was it. The seal was broken as he erupted for 33 points. But he's also a dribble drive artist, bringing the ball up the court, a little skip dribble into a foul line jumper, and he's got it going. The Kings simply had no one that could guard him down low. He's just too big and strong and agile. And then to make it totally unfair, he gets behind the arc, checks the wind, then lets this 3-ball fly as the Sixers survive a late run to win by 6. Let's go to Grind City. It might not be the same grinders, but the Grizzlies pushed the Clippers all the way to the very end of this game. Jonas Valanciunas was dominant, handing them 30, mostly on a variety of creative tip-ins that displayed great fingertip control from the big Lithuanian. But it was the Clippers bench, mainly Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, who combined for 48 points that kept them in the game as Kawhi Leonard rested his knee. And you won't believe what kind of Vulcan mind meld these two must have, continually setting each other up for bucket after bucket after bucket. It's clear they're looking for each other in LA's high-octane offense, and it's also clear that defenses simply have no answer to this dynamic duo. And it was fitting that the game was decided in the last possession here when Lou breaks down the defense with the drive and Trez is right there to tip it in for the win. Are we having fun yet? Well, DeVonte Graham has been feasting this season and has got to be the hands-down leader for the Most Improved Player award. And he ran the offense well last night, setting up guys in the pick and roll with clean bounce passes to Biyombo, and then going up top for a couple of tough lobs for PJ Washington with the and one, and then Malik Monk elevating in transition to get the crowd going. But it was the Pistons who killed the turkey with the last play. No timeouts left, so they had to do this one on the fly, but it started out problematic as Drummond is trying to set a ball screen right away for Rose, but Rose takes way too much time waltzing over to the right wing, and then horrible clock awareness as he elevates for the shot. I love the timing of this Miles Bridges double team, and Kennard has no hope of getting the shot off in time. From a Pistons perspective, can you hear me shaking my head? So many games, so little time. Where should we go next? Lakers-Pelicans and the return of Anthony Davis to the Big Easy. The crowd might have booed AD for the way he left New Orleans, but they might have also been booing for the sheer boredom of his game, just posting up on the left block over and over, completely overpowering his defender when the Pelicans refused to send a double team. Credit the Lakers for not fixing something that wasn't broken, and Davis kept piling up the points. But none of those buckets seemed to matter as the Pelicans built a 15-point lead late in the third quarter behind the early scoring of Drew Holiday, who stepped back on AD to hit this tough jumper in his face. And how about the one-legged fadeaway from the free throw line? The more I see this shot, the more I dig it. And the vicious spin move made it look like there was a sniper in the audience as KCP went down before Drew drops this in with the left as LeBron lurked nearby. And then Brandon Ingram continued his claim on that Most Improved Player award by scoring 8 in the third when he catches LeBron James closing out a step too short on the kickout for the corner 3. But it was LeBron James who took over in the fourth. After the offense forces the mismatch down low, LBJ just spins baseline when there's no double team and lays it in over Josh Hart. He gets into the middle on the Howard ball screen. Watch Drew foolishly help one pass away, even leaving his feet, and that gives Kuzma a good look off the hop from 3. On this pin down, Ingram is lost out there, too busy ball watching. Then Redick top locks Daniels and gets stuck on the high side. This should simply be a switch, but Redick continues to run all the way around the Dwight screen, leaving Ingram out to dry as Kuzma rises up to tie this game on a wide open jumper. Yikes! LeBron gets the steal and then takes on the whole team as he goes coast to coast to again tie this game up. Down 1, 75 seconds left with Drew Holiday on LeBron. It was good to see them send a long double team over, but why does Ingram run away like this? Redick did a nice job to bump down, but then goes completely back to KCP instead of splitting the difference. Easy pass for LeBron, wide open shot for Kuzma, and now the Pelicans are down 2. Up 1, the Lakers run the same play to attack the mismatch with LeBron. The coaching staff seems to want a double team, but the players aren't listening. And wouldn't you know it, Drew digs the ball loose, LeBron cannot hang on to it, yikes, and the Pelicans are on their way. Anthony Davis foolishly looks over at the clock on the other end, allowing Ingram to blow right by him for what should be a layup and a Pelicans lead. But great recovery by AD to swipe at the ball and knock it out of bounds. On the review, they upheld the call and gave it to New Orleans, even though you can clearly see Davis swiping down on the ball, but yet the ball then moves upwards, indicating it hit Ingram's hand last. A quick screen for Redick gets him wide open when LeBron doesn't step in that direction, but good job by KCP to fly in behind him to disrupt JJ's rhythm and force him to have to dribble the ball and shoot in unfamiliar territory with his feet on the three-point line. I think we were all amazed this open look didn't go in, JJ included, and after AD split a pair of free throws, they're right back at it to win the game with plenty of time on the clock. I like this out of bounds play, where they flare Redick off the Ingram screen, then have him turn around and come back off that same screen for the ball. KCP blows this up by forcing Redick to cut out of there, and the release valve was anything but. Great read by AD to step in and just steal this ball and draw the foul. His 2 free throws end the game, and they also end another great edition of Friday Night Lights. I'll see you right back here Saturday morning, so in the meantime, make sure you have a great Thanksgiving with your families. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to B-Ball Breakdown so you can get alerted right away when we drop a new video. This season will be filled with incredible content, so don't miss it. You in?